And we're back. Another day, another month, another time, another week,
Another year.
another year.
Hmm.
Cheers to another year.
For sure.
And we're back, bonding with Boogie. And of course, it's your host, still from 2024. Boogie Ogoon. Himothy, him for knee. Him the G, him who doesn't hide, him who seeks.
Mm-hmm.
Him with the shortest arms, him still with the longest reach. And my boy, of course.
Precious with a precious perspective. And per usual, brother, it's always a pleasure to be down here with you. And like you said, we made it to see another year, another day, obviously, which is always dope. But I think that this year, and if I haven't, I want to take this time to congratulate you on this year making it through with Bonding with Boogie and a precious perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We got a little over 50 some odd episodes, which means we dropped every week last year, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the consistency, and I'm proud of you in the moments that we was able to share over that time, the amazing guests that we was able to have. So shout out to all of our guests. We still, if you are artists, know an artist, please contact myself or Boogie. You can get them on the show and chop it up. And so today is going to be kind of a review and also just what we got going forward. You know what I'm saying? What we look forward to. So first and foremost, I'm going to ask, did you have any favorite moments of the show or just, in general, things that we did, whether it was showcases?
Just having guests in general on the show. But just like some moments I feel like from 2024 that stood out. We had 7 a.m. the Poet on here.
Facts.
And he did his thing. That was a great do your thing he did afterwards. That was a precious moment. Having Leak on here the first time, and then I feel like having Leak back the second time.
Facts.
And just watching him grow and, becoming one of our favorite, hometown artists. Prolific was
Facts.
a moment here.
Facts.
Because of the that My Brother poem she did was a great poem. Gabby came and dropped us off with some dope shit. And just like as far as some of the latest things we did towards the end, I was fucking with Heartbreak Homie. Dope artist, dope as hell. But like I said, it's just we've had a lot of dope people come through. We've had a lot of dope episodes ourselves. And like I said, it's 2024 was a learning experience, and just looking for 2025 to be even better.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments was probably, I think, I can't even choose. I can't choose between your birthday show and
that was dope.
Our opening show. You know what I'm saying? It back last November, not this past, but November before last, I guess. And like you said, not only I feel like it's one thing when we get to experience the artists here, chopping it up with them, all that different type of stuff. But for me, I realized, and shout out to FC for aiding me in this, I realized I truly enjoy hosting that energy. You know what I'm saying? I truly enjoy facilitating dope vibes. And so when I'm able to bump shoulders with other dope creatives and give them a platform that, they may have not had, or introduce them to somebody who may not know that they like their music, I feel good about that, because I feel like that's what the Most High really put us here to do, and using our voices and using our gifts to be able to connect with one another. And so in that connection, I know you mentioned like Leak and Gabby, and again, shout out to somebody like Gabby who we were able to connect with on the spoken word and food. You know what I'm saying? She came to the gallery a few times and served her food at the event. She's a professional chef. Shout out Chef Gabby.
Shout out Chef Gabby.
And it's a thing that I really enjoyed, us being able to highlight other artists. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that that's something that's important for where we are going forward. And so, like I was about to get into, you haven't seen a lot of these dope artists throughout the city. How is that either inspired like your artistry to kind of go harder and build upon, or just made you step back and behold the city, you know what I'm saying, and see how much talent we got?
It's crazy. Just doing a podcast in general. Um, I don't really be showcasing talent and shit like that. I'm really, when it comes to that, I just really be popping out whenever I feel like it. But I feel like with the podcast, I've kind of like, taken a step back from poetry and been really looking to find artists and really looking to network with artists and really looking to network to be, put, when we throw our events, we got a packed house because we got different people from some who sing, some who do comedy, some who. So I really been on I've been more scouting lately, you know what I'm saying, just as far as like for our show and just for like, I feel like the next big thing from Chicago. Yeah, but just as far as like just for the show and just because, I feel like the next big artist is gonna come through our platform. I just, so I really been just scouting, and I be just trying to show everybody love anyway. So like I said, I really it's really just got me the show has got me talent searching. You know what I'm saying? Just searching for people.
And it's crazy. I ain't mad at that. And I feel like we've stumbled, and I ain't gonna even say stumbled. Like it's come to us. People have sought us out. I look at Queen Dree and Corey came on here. I remember Queen Dree had reached out to you, wanting to be on the show, wanting to, you know what I'm saying, be a part of what it is we got going on. So even thinking, was that something that when we first started out with Boogie and Precious Perspective, when I first pitched it, was that like your initial thought of like, I want this to be a base for artists to come through? Like,
I really wasn't. At first, I didn't know. I like I said, I just be going with the flow of things. So I really didn't. I wouldn't really say I had any expectations other than us, me and you being on the show together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that it did turn out to become that platform. And once we start doing it, I was like, I was looking like, oh man, this could become a platform where, people come through and, like I said, showcase their talent, kick it with us, rap with us, you know what I'm saying? And they've been here before, they'll come back. We'll create a home felt type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, no, I really didn't even have any expectations. I was just happy you pitched what you pitched, and it was a great idea along the lines of what I had going on and what you had going on at the time. So like I said, that was never my expectation for it to become what it became. I knew it would be good, but I didn't know it would be a platform that, like you say, people were reaching out to me trying to be on the show and hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I never really even was thinking like to this what we'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't really like my focus. You know what I'm saying? Is to be talent searching and having artists on the show. Like I wasn't really like, we did our the few first guests we had, then it seemed like every week we had a guest. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it turned out to be way better than, like I said, way better. Like I said, I really didn't have any expectations as far as, like I said, me and you were working together, so I knew that would be good. But I never really had expectations at the time for the show. So it really broke every expectation I had because I really was just going into it like, shit, it sounds like the best thing to do.
On me. Nah, I feel that. And I guess for me, with the idea of guest, that was my first. So again, going back to, like I said, when I pitched it, I didn't mind it just being us talking our shit and just kind of going over the culture and just reviewing what we had going on in our artistry and where we were. But when it did become guest heavy, I did have the idea that, yeah, we could be one of those gates that people come through. You know what I'm saying? That people pause. That was crazy. But we can be one of those just platforms, rather, that people
come through the front door.
that people use to display their artistry, because I think here in the city, that's real important because talent is here. Like, and that's what this show has shown me more so than anything, as well as curating the space at the gallery, understanding that we all have I feel like just growing up in the city alone makes you some form of artist. Now, whether you know what kind it is or not, that's up to you to figure out. But being able to see the things that you see here, experience them, and still, exist in somewhat of a same mind, I feel like you got some, because you got a story to tell.
For sure.
And I feel like that's what this platform was to me, and that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a place where storytellers came and was able to pop their shit ultimately, and was able to share their frequencies so we could all resonate for the most part. And I think that for the time spent here, the time spent in the gallery, and just doing what it is that we was doing, it always made, I guess it made sense for me. You know what I'm saying? It made sense that we would connect with like-minded individuals who wanted to share their dreams, wanted to share their visions, and all that different type of stuff. Speaking of dreams, shout out to my boy Mike Lowry. Obey your dreams. You feel me? This one of our guests
been doing big things, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? One of our guests who we had on the show who came, and again, I think for me, I've always been, since a shorty, I can go back to thinking about selling suckers and shit. Like, I've always been about enterprise, and I've always been about getting my own dollar, making my own way. So that's been another special thing for me, seeing a lot of these artists stepping in their own rights to make their dreams happen. You know what I'm saying? To take the time out of their lives, a lot of them being parents, a lot of them having full-time jobs, yourself having full-time job, and still doing what it is for the culture, which is, and I keep using the word culture because I understand that that's what we kick when we communicate. You know what I'm saying? The stories that we do tell are that of our experiences. So a lot of times it is important for us to share those things so that we can continue to build and continue in that building. I'm looking forward to all the stuff this year because I want to do more with Bonding with Boogie and Precious perspective. I want to do more showcases. I want to do writers' workshops and things of that nature so that we can not only continue to sharpen our crafts, but also help the next, whether it's the youth or just people, because you got grown people who you done seen motherfuckers come to the gallery and be, oh, this is my first time performing, or I'm not really, and then some get on that and go off, you feel me? Others, they need a little bit more motivation and things of that nature, and so I want to do my best in assisting in that spot. And so for you, I'll ask, how much of that, again, going into the scouting aspect and looking for talent, seeking talent, what, because it's hard, and I'm gonna go as far as say I can't say that we had nobody on the show who was trash, and that's a bias because it's our show and we know a lot of the guests that we bring on. So another motherfucker, they may not like it, but to me, we've not had anybody who is just like, yeah, turn that shit off. So, and going through that process, because I won't say allow you, but for the most part, you damn near kind of quarterback that for the most part. So what were some of the things that you were looking for in artists, or were you not? You was just like, oh man, this person sound like they got a good song, let's bring them on.
Yeah, I was really just checking for music for real, and just, looking at pages, seeing what they was doing, seeing how they were sounding, you know what I'm saying? So I, I was doing slight research, hitting Apple Music, iTunes and shit, just checking sound. So like I said, everybody that I really pretty much had on as far as musically, as far as music wise, I most definitely was going to their pages and actually like checking for their Apple or like Spotify's and listening to them before, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, even if I didn't like the music, I probably would have still invited them up here just so we could get us an episode in. But I didn't run into any like I said, I feel like I just was landing on the right people, and like I say, it just everybody I landed on was damn near dope artists. Like I say, certain people found me as well, so I took chances. Like you reach out to me to be on the platform. We growing. It's like, how could I tell you no? Even though I could tell you no, but how could I tell you no? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it was a dope experience. Just like I said, going through and just listening to new music and finding out about new shit for real.
Yeah. And I think that again, I like the fact that it seemed like a lot of the artists we breaking through the door together. You know what I'm saying? So like, God willing, we are keeping this platform up and keeping it out. All that will be the big tiggers, Chicago, the basements, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature that allowed. We was just tweaking on Leangelo Ball and the time of his music, or the sound of his music in correlation to that time, and understanding that you think about somebody like Big Tigger, he had some niggas. It was so many people who came through the basement. You know what I'm saying? You think about how important, honestly, music and the spoken word storytelling ultimately has been throughout our entire lives. You know what I'm saying? So I think now to basically be the one who provides the mic, shout out to, other platforms that that came before us, and not necessarily even in the podcasting, but in just other realms, who did provide that outlet for artists to come and pop their shit. Because I think for me, that was hosting every last Sunday at the gallery was something that I value, because again, it let me see my city in a different light. It let me see my city in a way that it's not stereotyped. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I pride myself, honestly, on curating that space at the gallery for damn near 3 years now, and ain't never not shit popped off. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never been no weird shit. It's always been a safe space. It's always been a space for motherfuckers to come through and just vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like what's up?
Shit ain't never pop off. You had your own little escapades there.
But in regards to just, you know what I'm saying, it being a space for motherfuckers to come and just exist and be like,
sure.
It was always that, you know what I'm saying? So I thank Bonding with Boogie for allowing me to, like, I guess, have a vision in that regard and be able to see where we could just connect artists, you know what I'm saying, and connect our talent for building, for the most part, and building with artists. And with that, what do you have any like artist goals for yourself this year, or anything that you want to do? Like,
it's crazy. I was talking to Real Duncan. I don't know if he believed me or not, but I'm gonna be dropping a song soon. I wrote a song. Oh no, I wrote a song, and I think I might be moving into music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think after this one song, I'm gonna see how I like it and what it do. And it's really a song from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really a song that, like, I made, it hit me to wrote, and I wrote it like, and songs be like 2 minutes now, 2.5 minutes, 3. So I wrote this song in a day. It didn't take me, well, I'm not completely finished with it yet, but I feel like it's a dope song. I don't have a beat to it, but it's a dope song. And like I said, it's heartfelt, and it came from the heart. It came from, like I said, it was sent to me.
Facts.
So like I said, I think 2025, I'm gonna move into music for real on the rap R&B type side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like I said, be looking out. I'm dropping a single real soon.
Okay.
Real soon.
That I'm taking your word.
Yeah,
B.
2025. Boogie Ogun is dropping his first single in 2025.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
So I know you said it excuse me, it came to you, it was brought to you, but like, and I guess you've always been like rap and poetry was kind of always one and the same for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that, how I see you excited?
I
know
am.
what I'm saying?
I am.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I'm excited only because, like I said, it came to me, and through the writing process of it, like I said, it's heartfelt. So I'm excited about it because I know it came from the heart. And when I was writing it, I was more so I was excited getting it off my chest, but I was more so a little fucked up like writing it. Like I said, if you get what I'm saying, like like I say, it's a deep song, and it's not even that. It's deep, but it's a message in it. It's just like I say, it's a heartfelt song to me. I felt some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm excited that it came, and I was able to. And like I said, I was writing it as when it first came to me, it was poetry. Like I was trying to write it as poetry, but then as I wrote it, I was like, I damn near need a beat, and I damn near need this needs to be a song. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, a single would be coming on the way. I'm damn near linking with a mystery producer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna put it together, help me find the beat, wham it, mix it, everything. And like I said, you give me a couple months, and I feel like it'll be out and it'll be rotating.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. That's most definitely what's up. You said something key in there that I was gonna ask though. Like, what made it different from your poetry in regard to, you say you started out writing it as a poem, and then something kind of pulled you to say like, I need that beat to it. Like, what was the difference in that process?
I don't know. Like I said, it came to me. I started writing it, and I was like, "No, this damn near a song right here. Like I could perform this, and people will feel it. But I need people to hear this. I need people to listen to this when I'm away. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to perform this and people be like, "Oh man, that's dope." People need to hear this and listen to it in their own personal time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a thing a lot of people have been through. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's a heartfelt song. Like I say, it's something I feel like a lot of people have been through. So I feel like it was something that, like I said, I need. It felt song like to me, and I just felt like that. I feel like that's so. Like I said, real soon I'm gonna have it finished, and I'm gonna be working with who I'm working with, and we gonna get it together. And it's like I said, it'll be out.
Yeah, hey, that's what's up. I would be out. Yeah. Them there doing that. I feel like, hey, be on the lookout. 2025, my boy Boogie with his first single. You feel me? And
first single.
I think that comes through again. All the networking that we've been doing, all the shoulder rubbing, and again being. I think sometimes we don't realize how much our environment influences us. And I think the fact that we've sat down here Wednesday after Wednesday with different special guests and just dope people, and that's not taken away from our own dopeness, like, but sitting down here with them, allowing them to inspire us in ways that, hey, again, you've always been a writer, rapper, but and you've been on other people's songs, you know what I'm saying? You've rapped on other people's, but this is my first time here. You say, hey, I'm gonna drop my own shit. So it's like, shout out to that. And I'm happy that you're in that space to want to go that direction, to want to.
And like I said, this one song that I'm finna drop, because I have really no, like,
you say you on some,
and I've been in the studio before.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that I'm passionate, because I've never been passionate about getting in the studio and rapping and no shit like that. But I feel like this one song is going to make me enjoy being in the studio. Like putting this song together, I feel like it's going to make me want to write more. You know what I'm saying? For music. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, maybe not. But this one song has to get put out.
Facts. You say that shit's on your heart.
Yeah, it has to get put out.
And I feel like I appreciate and shit. I might swerve in them corners. Whoa, you feel me, nigga?
It only take one.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, you may be rolling loud next. Fuck is you talking about? Like, and I think again, that's the dopeness of this whole platform is us inspiring one another to use our voices, and beyond inspiring one another, you speaking on it from the space of it being heartfelt. To me, that say you got it from the Most High, because I feel like that's who talked to our hearts. God talked to our hearts and speaks to our hearts. So with that, you being so compelled and excited to, you know what I'm saying, want to get it to the people, I think that is because you understand what a gift it is, and you understand how essential it is for us to just genuinely receive those gifts, genuinely be able to, like you said, see one another's stories and how we put them together, and knowing that, hey, this was my story, but this other person was affected by it. This other person was put in the mindset of like, damn, this could have been me, or this was me at a point in time. Because that's always been the most important thing to me about the arts, the fact that you're able to, one person is able to tell a story for millions. You know what I'm saying? We think about the idea of spoken word and or music, and how you can listen to a song and know that a million other people listening to the same song, and it's like, damn, we feel connected right here, because though I didn't go exactly through what this person is saying, I went through something that I feel these words. And so in this song, if you know, we ain't gonna ask for no sneak peek or no shit like that, but I will ask, like, was that while you were writing it, and you've already kind of alluded to it, but like, was it something that's like, I know other motherfuckers gonna feel this, and what is the reason why, if you don't mind me asking? Like,
it's just you know, I knew people were gonna feel it. I know people gonna feel it. I can't, because they're gonna feel it. They're supposed to feel it. There's no other reason not to. You feel me? Like, you feel all type of things.
These niggas got so many feelings.
Yeah, it's gonna be, it's heartfelt. It's heartfelt for everybody. It's like Christmas music. Everybody likes Christmas music. Everybody's been through Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's just like I said, I got one on the way, man. Got one on the way. Be expecting it soon.
Yeah, facts. I ain't got no tracks on the way or nothing like that, but yeah, I do.
When I go to the stew, I'll let you know. You could come and watch the making of it, man.
On me, yeah. Like, I definitely
smoke a zip.
Yeah, I think
my rapper stuff.
He talking about rapper stuff. He talking about rapper stuff.
That's
smoke rapper weed. Nah, I ain't fucking no lean. Yeah. But other niggas, I'm not judging.
I'm gonna get a pop.
You fit facts.
And some ice. Yeah. And some Jolly Ranchers, and it's gonna look like it.
He talking about it's all a finesse. You know what I'm saying? And whereas I ain't got no hit singles on the way, because that's what I'm putting on my boy. He's dropping hit singles. You feel me? I do look forward this year to continuing to broaden and expand the platform, and continuing to work with artists that honestly inspire me. You know what I'm saying? Make me even, because I think one thing that, again, I enjoy about hosting is like it's like being a plug. It's like being the source. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like my nigga Future, and not Future Hendrix, Future from 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? My nigga who was hosting the battles in the basement and shit. Like, just being able to see and I hate to call it underground talent here in Chicago, because it's so many. A lot of these people that we've talked to on the show, they may be new to us, but a lot of them from going to different open mics, having different live performances and things like that, they've had their own following.
For sure.
So it's like, I appreciated being able to even stand in the room with a lot of these people. Like you say, 7 a.m. The Poet, Crystal coming in and kicking it with us. That's our cousin, but she still in this space of content creation and just artistry in general. We've seen her progress from, I won't say barely making it to making it, more so than this not being every day, to her really grinding and putting in energy and effort to chase her dreams for real. And I low key don't even like alluding to our goals as our dreams, because it's like, that's, you dream when you sleep. We real life doing this shit. Like, this is no dream. Yeah, like, this is, and if it is, it's lucid. Like, we real life controlling where we want to be and where it is that we want to go. So again, even and you stepping into the studio, you know what I'm saying? That's something to definitely look forward to, because you understand that even if, whether this something that say, or that whether this is something that makes you want to say, hey, I'm damn near a rapper now, or this is something that you like, hey boy, I'm finna hit y'all with this one heat and y'all return to the Mac type shit. Nobody's asking what else my boy dropped. I'd never be like, what's the other song by the nigga who did Return to the Mac? Motherfucker Return to the Mac on? I'm Macking and I'm back. Fuck is you talking about? So hey, I love that. I can't wait to see that for you.
Something on the way, man. Yeah. Something on the way.
Yeah. And so is that process, I know you said something told you that you need music to it, or you need, but was that process the same, the creative process basically though, and coming up with the shit?
Easy.
He's talking about easy.
Easy. No time at all.
Quick. So you say you,
because it was heartfelt, and like I said, that shit was pouring out of me at the time. I then teared up a little bit writing it. Yeah, it's dope. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm just, like I say, I'm working with a super producer. I can't say any names. I can't say any names. Because I don't, I can't just be dropping super producer names. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working with a super producer. You know what I'm saying? He gonna help me, mix master. We gonna find us a nice, type beat. I can't tell you what type beat.
He's talking about, but it's somebody type beat.
Somebody type beat. You know what I'm saying? So just be on the lookout, man. Coming real soon, man. Real soon, man. Real soon.
I'm not mad at that. Anything that you looking forward to this year with other artists, or any artists that you are, whether that's mainstream or individuals that we had on the show? Any works that you may be looking for?
Even before artists, just as far as us as artists and our platform, I'm just looking to I would say be out more, but really be in more and have people in with us. So as far as us hosting more events, and as far as us getting our faces out here as some of the the leaders in the community, as far as giving the people a safe haven place to come and kick they shit, get they shit off their chest, you know what I'm saying, judgment-free zone. I feel like it starts with us, and the growth starts with us. So I just feel like I want to produce more, and just like I said, get our names out there, as far as just being one of those spots or one of those places that you got to go through, as far as podcast wise, or just as far as the art gallery space, and just coming to kick your shit, you know what I'm saying, because it's a dope space, it's a dope place, a dope location, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like it's just a lot more that bonding with Boogie could be doing, you know what I'm saying, just as far as like with artists and showcasing artists, and like giving people a platform to perform, and like practice their artistry.
And that's, again, and that especially. So for me, one of my like personal goals this year, I really got to learn my pieces for real. Like, I'd sit back and listen to how I be rapping other niggas' songs and all that shit. And as cool as that is now, I feel like looking, and this is off topic, but I'm going to reel it back. One thing that fucked me up about 2024 in the space of artistry is when niggas was trying to say Jay-Z was on that fuck shit. And we still don't know if that shit's real or fake. Cool. But for me, it brought a reality to the fact that this industry that we've grown up on is fucked up. Like, we've grown up on a product that ultimately is no good for us. Right. And though it's been entertaining, though it's got shit, nigga, the blueprint, like it was like, nobody can make me hate you, you big lip camel face nigga. Like I was blue.
That was just strong.
I'm just saying because I'm thinking about it from the perspective, as fucked up as it may sound. What if this shit is true? What if these niggas is raping and again, this is not me having an opinion and saying this is so, but it's me taking into consideration, like me knowing that if it's not him, that nigga know somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. You feel me? And so
I ain't gonna ask how, but when, where, why.
And so with that being said, it made me put a little bit more pressure and just kind of interest into my own craft, to where it's like, okay, if you are going to look to hold these artists accountable or hold these people accountable and all this different type of shit, what is it that you actually spitting, or what is it that you actually giving that's worth hearing, and you not on that type of shit. So if you're going to be an artist and you're going to look to hold other artists accountable, what is it that you have to say? Because in all honesty, I don't know. I talk about the music or making a song for you. Like, I do want to get into more public speaking, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily just poetry, but just like speech writing and shit like that. Like on some just public orator type shit, to real life start not only telling stories in a creative way, but facilitating the truth in a way that, hey, people, we need to do something about our circumstances. We need to build upon ourselves through communication and conversation so that we can actually win, and so that we not looking up to a faulty system, so that we not looking up to motherfuckers who, when it do come to our heroes, because that's one thing that I don't like about any of the industry shit that goes on, is the fact that when our celebrities, when our heroes are accused of these things, we quick to crucify. Like, niggas is quick to throw stones and all that different type of stuff. So my thing is, again, wanting to, like you said, create these platforms for artists and creatives who we kind of know personally and who ain't on no, you know what I'm saying, other type shit, who trying to build their brand through integrity and uprightness and all these different type of things. And again, for me, making it a goal of mine to say, hey, just like these mainstream artists, songs, and all that shit is important for you to know and recite, and you done brainwashed yourself to know these niggas' lyrics frontwards. That nigga, I've been swerving on that corner. I only heard that shit 2-3 times, and I know that first little beginning, like, cause it's catchy, so it's like, for me, nigga, make your content just that important. You know what I'm saying? Make the messages that you have to share just that valid, that you ain't really worried about who's influencing your mindset ultimately. Because I think, again, that's through the main industry, the music industry, and that's another reason that I enjoy what we've done here at Bonding with Boogie and Precious Perspective, creating this oasis of artists that we've been able to connect with. Because my thing is, if they was to say all these niggas was guilty, every artist, how they was canceling R. Kelly, every artist had to get canceled right now, I can successfully turn on my Apple Music and still be able to listen to artists who I value, who I fuck with, who I've met right here in this spot, who I've been able to see their character, see their work ethic, see what it is they willing to do to make their brand a thing. So again, I think that it's important for us to, as you said and I said earlier, continue to just broaden this platform and continue to build in a way that people want to be seen with us. Because I think that's another thing that we've both done by being dope individual artists, you know, like, and some haven't found out here, like, not even knowing that you do poetry. I do poetry, but once they get here and it's like, oh damn, y'all do be talking that shit, like, that's dope. Like, I think that is amazing and important on our part to continue to just shit, light these torches, because I feel like that's what we're doing here by having these artists on, and then continuing to just again sharpen our own tools, sharpen our own swords. I sit down here with you and build through conversation, because iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do this, I feel like, if I didn't believe it to hold any merit, if I didn't think that it was essential for us to do. And so again, I thank you for being on some go with the flow and trying to figure out what this shit, and not even trying to do too much figuring, just on some, hey, I show up, I brought somebody, we finna chop it up down here. Because I think without these conversations, a lot of those storytellers that we did have, it's a possibility they can go unheard. You know what I'm saying? Outside of, and that's not to discredit any of their leg work, because that's how I know you and myself met a lot of these dope artists, by being outside. So one of the things that you said, one of your goals was, is also one of mine's, in that idea of continuing to open up a space, but have them come to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we shout out to what was it? The spot that you went to and met a lot of, I know you met JB the comedian there, or JB the entertainer, excuse me. My boy Double MM 1230. What's this? The
Spot
Lux
over East Cafe.
Yeah. Yeah, Lux Cafe. Like, and so my thing is making it to where we are one of those spaces where it's like, oh man, you checked in at the gallery, and I feel like it was getting there. We had that momentum, and one of my goals is to get back there so that motherfuckers know, like, hey, every month or every other month, Bond with Boogie got some type of showcase, speed dating, comedy night, whatever, to where motherfuckers can come and kick their feet up and release that creative energy. So yeah, it's shout out to us and making it happen, bro. This was a very dope year, a very dope experience. And again, industry wise, anything you looking forward to musically, or just
No, I don't really be looking for really too much of shit. Whatever they give me, I if I like it, I listen to it. But it's the main thing I be looking for really been dropping a lot lately. So, but other than that, no, just I can't even really say, because like I said, I don't listen to the radio much. So like I said, I just be looking out for the artists that I look for, regularly. Nice. Kodak, I hear my little white people songs on the radio. I download those. But no, nothing, the artists that I've been checking for really. Like I said, I just be listening to whatever I think is good music. So like I said, nobody in particular.
Facts. Drake need to drop. I ain't gonna lie to you, my boy Drake needs to drop. Like, he had a freestyle floating around this bitch. Motherfucker say he dissed LeBron. I was like, nigga, you're aiming the gun wrong. Right. Like, what are you doing? Like,
he finna diss everybody else.
Yeah, like,
he finna diss niggas who don't even rap.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need my boy to actually drop some shit. Like, I'm looking forward to that. Like you say, my nigga Dak, he's been dropping. Like, his last project, the Christmas joint that you sent me, that was nice. So I'm happy about that. I was disappointed. I ain't gonna say disappointed, because it was exactly because you remember we did our review episode, and I was talking about my boy Boss Man D-Lo dropping a project, and I didn't think he was gonna give us one before 2024 was out, and he did, and it was Boss Man D-Lo. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's fucked up, because you saw the formula in the album. You know what I'm saying? You saw that he went in and did the exact same thing each time. Like, I feel like some niggas go in the stew and like they got different songs, and some of them, they can have different hits and they sound different for whatever it is that they feeling. So like you say, if you coming out heartfelt, if you coming out on some street shit, if you trying to make a little dancing song, like, it'll come off like that. But all of his sounded like 4 good songs, but it was like 17 of them bitches, and it's like, 22. Yeah, like, damn. So it was good, but whatever. yeah, I think other than that, I ain't really checking for nobody myself. I ain't gonna stunt. I listened to Kendrick's album. It took me a minute to do that, but that shit was heat.
Yeah,
so
solid
yeah, Drake need to drop. What you talking about?
2025 Drake needs to drop something.
Yeah,
We don't care what it is.
At this point,
has to be music.
Yeah, but I was kind of disappointed in the fact that LeBron diss, like, what, nigga? Like,
we don't know if that's real or not.
Facts. We hoping not.
Stuff.
Hoping that is AI.
We don't have to go that deep into that. We'll find out if that's real and come back next time and discuss.
But what was you finna say?
Nothing, but Drake most definitely needs to drop. And I'm not even checking for him because he would have dropped. I don't know what he's waiting on.
I think this lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? And even with that, like, that's some whole other, that, like you say, we ain't even got to get into. Just when he drop, you know what I'm saying? And at that, did you have anything else for a perspective? Or?
Like I said, I just really want to thank the people that rocked with us. As long as we've been doing this, all our people who've been here through 2024 to last year, who've came to the events, who came out, celebrated my birthday with me, who've been listening, who's been sharing, who's been tagging, who's been, like I said, just supporting all the way around. A like, share, and a subscribe goes a long way in the business that we're in. So, like I said, I just want to thank everybody for closing in the year with us and bringing in the new year with us. And until next year, we'll be here until next year and the year after that. And so for all the people that's going to be here on the road with us to greatness, I appreciate you guys.
For sure. And tying that into a Precious perspective, you mentioned heartfelt artistry earlier, and I think that not only has the artistry aided me in getting through 2024, because I ain't gonna stunt. 2024 wasn't really no hoe. Like 2024 came through. It went quick, and that bitch had hands. I ain't gonna even lie. Like
stung a little bit.
So I think that, excuse me, being down here with you was definitely one of the highlights for the year, because it allowed me to truly meet some amazing people and to feel their artistry on a level, like I said, that did inspire me. I would only hope that going forward this year that we connect with other dope artists and even reconnect with the ones that we've already had, just because we know all of them are doing progressively well. And so through that space of spoken word, I just urge all of us to continue to grow, continue to thrive, and continue to use your voice, continue to use the talents that the Most High gave you so that we can inspire one another. We can continue to build. And with that, that's a wrap.
We out.
Peace.
In that corner, whoa.